Hey guys, you're listening to Andreas Talks Art.
All right, so welcome to the podcast. Today we have everybody, everybody in the whole wide world in here today, and some small batch whiskey. That's right.
Okay. I feel like we should talk about AI art a little bit.
Yeah, because we did go to the Denver Art Society today.
Yeah.
And see some AI art printed out on some canvases for sale.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about
that? Okay. So Denver Art Society is like an art gallery for artists.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, there's a lot of questions that come up with that. Because it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like it's just another tool, you know? And it's like, but then it's like, is it art or are you an artist? That's like the big questions that come up.
I feel like it's art, but that's not the artist.
Yeah.
Like, if you're, I don't know, like some of those were like, had incredibly, like coming at it from like a more realism perspective, like a lot of them just had like really realistic like features.
Yeah.
And like the shading.
Oh,
and
yeah.
just like the like, for it to like have that perspective, like that would take actual artistic talent to be able to put that on paper, like physically.
Right.
So like the skill that goes into that, like I don't know, the conceptual aspect is maybe more artistic, but like the actual skill seems not there.
I agree. Because I feel like if it's as easy as just like searching different things, and then it's like, what's the difference between like getting a Google photo and like printing that and selling that? Like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I feel like if it's gonna be in an art gallery, it definitely needs to have its like obviousness that it's AI. Like it shouldn't just be like, oh, like
That's
I feel like it needs to be known like this is AI generated.
And they said,
and that one section
said digital, but that's too, I think digital's too like big.
No.
Because like you can do digital or you do it all from scratch.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Like you can literally like sketch and paint in digital basically. Yeah, it's like it's weird too because it's like it's just weird to like call that like, and I don't even know if they're trying to call it their art, but it's like because it's the whole basis of it is it's like taking images that are already like out there. Like it's not like creating its own image. It's using everything that's already out there to recreate stuff. So and it's weird too because that's like something that like you obviously do as an artist, right? Like you look at reference images and you take ideas from like everything out there already. But then this is just literally like taking like just not even adding your own twist on it.
You don't know the ideas that you're taking from.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's more of the art of writing. Right?
Yeah.
Like text based.
Well, and the code itself that produces
those, I think the art is the people that made the programs.
Right.
For sure. Like there's no doubt about that. But,
I guess like the concept because like
and they don't get enough credit, I don't think.
That's true.
Everybody's trying to take the credit for the images, but like, you know, who made Midjourney? I have no fucking
The code's crazy.
Nobody does.
Yeah. Because it's like it's weird because I've been like trying to look into it a lot, and it's not like just like taking images and photoshopping them together, but like if you like type in Apple, it'll like take images of Apple, and then the computer will like pixelate it until there's like no more Apple, and then it'll like learn how to like recreate an apple on its own. So it's like it's actually pretty crazy because it's like using all these images to learn how to make its own shit. So it's literally like learning how to make all this stuff that we like feed into it, which is it's crazy. Like the people who made that, it's like I don't even understand. Like, oh my god! But it is a weird thing to have in a gallery and like sell as like your art or even just sell where there's like other artists selling their art. It's like
I agree. Well, I definitely agree with Reina about like it should be labeled. Like it should be clear. Like that one section was like said AI. But that other like blacklight thing, like I was so confused because like you can't really see it super clear because it's all dark and backlit.
yeah, the artists have
And I was
art
like,
all
that's
over
sick.
the gallery.
And then I was, once I learned that it was AI,
But
I
then
was like, that's not
it
really
takes
that
something away from
sick.
it.
Yeah. Like, it takes everything away from it.
'Cause
Like,
if, like,
nobody, like, really put much of their soul into
No.
that. Like, you can write a few sentences and change up your phrasing, but, like, come on.
Yeah. Especially like if you're going to like a gallery to see like art that people created, but then you just see like
Yeah.
like you said, like people like just googling images. It's like I could do this at home.
Yeah.
But
That's what so many people say though about like paintings and shit when they
when they see like the splatter paints
contemporary
and,
art
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. Like,
But
I can do that at home.
even that's gonna be like different, like in its own way. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
You can, I don't know.
I just
At
have
least
so
there's
much.
little going into that.
Yeah, for
No,
sure.
it can be really cool though. But I can see why someone's just like splatter whatever. But you can be intrigued.
yeah, that's true. They're like my kid could do that.
Yeah.
But that's also like that's like when it gets to like a money thing because like you'll see those sell for like crazy amounts of money. But then like that's like one thing like I was saying to her, it's like having like an AI person like that in the gallery. It's like you can literally create like infinite amount of pieces in like no time and like print like however many you want. Like there's no way you could like ever compete with that.
I just don't know how that would ever sell because your price is driven by your supply and demand. I don't really see a lot of demand, but I see a huge supply.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if any of this is actually selling for a lot of money.
No,
it is, but like, I mean, there's probably like,
but,
certain people or certain like, I don't know.
I mean, a lot of the images are really cool.
Yeah.
So like, I can understand people wanting that. Like, it's no different than even if people learn that it's AI and that it's not like an artist, like people are buying
straight
from
the same
home
image.
goods and like JC pen, like
Yeah.
that sort of art
That's
all
true.
the time.
That's true.
So like,
That's those Target art pieces too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what you told me about the snowboards, they're like taking the stock images.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. So like one of the guys I work with, he like showed me one of the snowboards we're making for next year, and like the literal like all basically the entire design is just on Adobe stock.
Damn.
Yeah, but it's like and like that's a weird thing too because it's like they're like allowed to do that, like it's out there and they paid for it to use it, but it's like it's just kind of lame. But it's like the same thing with this, like you're fully allowed to do that, but it's like
that's really just what it comes down to for me. It's just pretty lame.
Yeah.
Like I've already seen so much of it and it all kind of looks the same. Like it looks like so crazy and trippy and like inspired by like a lot of like like Android Jones kind of visionary art, psychedelic art type of people, and like it seems to all just kind of started looking the same to me, and I just find it pretty just boring, straight up.
Like it definitely has its own AI style, which is kind of weird.
I know it can do a lot of different styles, but there's like one style that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like definitely like a lot of stuff we saw today. I feel like that that's kind of like it's like weird, like trippy little like I don't know.
It's almost like too perfect though. It's like,
right.
That it just makes it look not nice anymore because it's like too. I mean, nature's not even that
There's
perfect.
always something slightly off. Like
it's like uncanny valley kind of stuff too. Like it's not quite right.
But that's probably like my favorite part about like that gallery is just like how messy and not perfect it is. Like how just like kind of wild and all over the place it is.
That is a cool spot.
So like and it's like it's interesting. I don't know. It's like, do you think it'll ever put artists like out of making art, like take art away from artists?
Well, yes and no. Like if you're talking about like making a painting on canvas and trying to sell it in a gallery, I think everybody will always value human-made paintings and stuff more. But like if you talk about like your graphics and that kind of thing, That's gonna start putting people out of work.
Yeah.
You're for sure.
Yeah, like I already had someone who I was supposed to do some art for, and then they were like, actually, I'm gonna just do this on AI.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Dang, I didn't think about that in terms of just like your own, like branding yourself, or for like graphic designers who are creating things for other people.
Right.
And that those other people might just start doing it themselves.
Yeah.
Those tools.
I feel like all like album art and stuff, like that's gonna be like something that'll be like, because it's, and at the same time, like I get it, because if like you're doing that, it's like, why would you pay money when you can just like get this cool thing for free, you know? Especially if you're like just starting out, like
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, because I get it. At the same time too, it's like, okay. Yeah, it's crazy. Have you guys seen like Getty Images and all those places trying to like sue the like DeviantArt and all the different, because they basically found like millions of their pictures are coming from like Getty Images and just different stock images sites.
Yeah. But like, is that, you know, what is like plagiarism?
Right.
Like, what is what's the thing? Intelligent. What's the phrase?
IP.
Intellectual
property.
Yeah.
Right.
Where you draw the line.
Yeah. Because it's like,
if it's like one image or two images, that's like, you stole from me. But if it's like 1,000 images from 1,000 different like websites.
Yeah.
I feel like there has to be some sort of like actual like laws about that.
I don't know. Is there?
And if not, there's going to be.
Right.
Yeah, there definitely will be. Because I don't know if we have laws yet for like this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Or like, do you like? I don't know, because like anytime in school we like used an image from, if it were Getty Images or Google Images, we had to like cite that. So like, are these like are these like coding programs or like do they have like sources like citations?
But that's why that's where it's weird too, because it's like they're using those images to learn. So it's like,
right.
If you as a human did that, like would that be okay? Like if you were able to like recreate those images, like and learn like with your own human abilities, like would that be cool?
Yeah, because they're not directly using.
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah, the learning aspect is really interesting because it is generating something entirely.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, because like the images are all like slightly like different. Like they're not like replicating them. They're like
so if you had like a long like detailed paragraph like input and you put it in, someone else put it in, like I guess that's probably an easy test to run, but like I wonder what you would get across different softwares. That's probably
is it like the same paragraph you're saying?
Yeah, same exact paragraph.
That's true.
But and would it change each time you enter it, or would it give you the same
I feel like it'd definitely be different with the different softwares because they all have like different images.
I know like the free ones that I've used look different than like everything I've seen from Midjourney. Yeah, because I know that's the big popular one. Yeah, that's like the one you see a lot from. But I don't know. I haven't really, gotten into this enough to really like know a lot about it, or like just because I don't really care that much about it. I guess it's just like a novelty thing to me. Like it's good to learn from and use as a tool, like you were saying in the beginning. And I think that's what it should be. And like I think that's pretty much just. I mean, I don't care what anybody else does, but like that's probably as far as I'm going to take it. Like I use a projector sometimes as a tool, and I'll use AI maybe sometimes for a tool to get some ideas, whatever. And then, but you can't just call that a day. I mean, the thing it comes down to like, do you feel good about like just saying that's it? That I call it a day and call that my piece, and I'm done. Like, I don't know.
That's like
because I don't really think you're gonna grow much doing that.
I know. Like you saying, like it should be like labeled like AI art. Like I don't even know if it should like go that like that's almost like too much because it's like it's art, but it's like you're not like this wasn't like created by an artist. But like, is that the only barrier to like being art in a gallery? Like maybe because it's a physical space for all us like physical beings.
Like, does it belong in any sort of space? Like, is there another space other than an art gallery that it could exist in? That would be like.
I mean, it's just the term art that we're having a problem with. Like, you just like AI images, and that's it.
Right.
True.
Creations.
AI creations.
Yeah.
AI stuff. AI bullshit.
Getty images.
The remix.
Yeah, dude. The remix.
Who knows? We might even have like AI dedicated like museums.
In the future.
That's
Probably.
just like honestly, like
They're gonna do a little VR.
Yeah, it's all
museums.
like screens.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
That'll be cheaper than a physical space.
True. That's a good thing. The whole NFT thing kind of like died down before this, because then like how many people would just be making AI NFTs and like. Oh my gosh.
I'm sure people are trying.
Yeah.
I know people are trying, but that's why I'm like glad people aren't so like gung ho about NFTs anymore.
Yeah, and I think that this is going to kind of pass like that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the art space.
Yeah.
It's kind of going to blow over.
Yeah.
Just like NFTs, but this will have more of an impact on the the other side of art.
I think it's the craziest thing is how it like came into the art space first, because like we've been like talking about AI, and we're like I feel like whenever I heard it, like like creative people, like it'll like never be able to do creative stuff. But then that was like one of the first things that it like broke through. And I was like, what the fuck? You don't know shit. That is pretty wild. Are you worried about AI taking over the glass industry?
I had someone DM me when you were just at NFTs.
Awesome.
I had someone DM me yesterday, and they're like, "Hi, like something, like I don't know how it was worded. I don't know how NFTs work." They're like, "I buy NFT. Like, you want to trade?" I was like, "I make stained glass." And then they just saw it and didn't even respond.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Maddie's in a pretty good niche there.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it. It's very not many people do it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's not going to get taken over by AI.
Yeah. I don't think that ever.
Well, actually, I don't want to speak too soon.
That's true.
I would not doubt
I mean,
there's a printer that could do that.
I was gonna say
because
3D printing. Is like
you can
if
do
you
AI
combine
murals.
those things,
Did you know that?
Yeah.
You can do straight up AI printed murals on
man.
buildings.
What?
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
make printers that just can print a
Is it-
mural on a
yeah.
building. You
Like,
can type you can make an image on AI and just send it to this printer and have it print you a mural in a day, and then you're done.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's the shit I'm fucking worried about, because that's what I want to do is paint murals.
Yeah, it's
So-
like shit like that where it's like,
And that'll be so much cheaper, so much faster,
But
less
who would
liability for the
yeah.
person,
Who would you be paying though? Would you be paying
The
the person,
the
who
people
owns
that are-
the machine, or like?
yeah, probably. The people who are
Yeah,
building
some
these
companies
printers.
that starts buying all these printers or whatever. Yeah.
Because when you sell an AI art piece, do you have to give royalties to the software?
Hell
that you,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Not yet, anyway.
No.
Right.
Either it's gonna die out, or it will get bigger, and then there's gonna be laws. and
Yeah.
But
rules
AI
around
grows
it.
so much faster than
I
laws.
mean, I don't think AI is.
I
don't
think
know.
it progresses a lot faster than art and
you're
laws.
That's true. Yeah. Laws go so slow.
Yeah.
We're so. We can't make this. We can't even make this.
Yeah.
The four of us,
Yeah.
dude.
It is
Which bar
refreshing
should we go
being
be
around
at?
other
I don't
indecisive
know. Let's
people.
fucking walk around for a half hour.
Yeah. Man, it's weird because I was talking with Yanni the other day, and he was like, yeah, but AI will never be able to recreate the texture of paintings and stuff. But it's with 3D printing and all that, it'll get crazy.
But still, handwriting, I get those cards in the mail from Chewy or whatever, and
they're weird as fuck.
they look
dude.
so handwritten,
Really?
but they're not. And it's you have to look at
That's
they
weird.
have it's generated, so they probably have 8 different varieties of lowercase a's within
shit.
this one handwriting.
Wow.
It's probably one person writing
Dude.
It's like you
Multiple
can
letters,
tell, but like you
every
kind of.
letter.
So I feel like it would be kind of the same thing. Like even if it's texture, it's like there would be some sort of formula generated to produce a randomized texture.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. That would go a lot more in depth than the chewy handwriting.
hey, I don't know.
But it is pretty convincing. It's really good.
That is interesting.
And it just randomly picks which style letter with subtle differences it's going to use. And it's pretty cool, honestly.
Wow. It's crazy because it's like we're at this point where like so many of our jobs are like fully digital, but now we're trying to make the digital be able to do everything. So it's like all those digital jobs are like just so up in the air. I feel like anything that's like fully digital, it's like it's kind of scary.
Even non-digital ones, like when we were at the restaurant today, I was thinking of like when I saw like I thought we were like ordering on our phones for a second, like that the menu, not just the menu was on the phone, but that we were ordering on the phone.
We did that at the airport.
Yeah,
and then it's like, what would like that could replace servers? You could have a moving robot, and if you have like 5 robots, they're all going to be somehow networked to avoid crashing into each other. People aren't going to crash into them. All they have to do is go back to the server, like who the cooks. They put the food on, and then these robots bring you your food. Like,
Wow.
We were talking about a different server. Just gotta go
Oh,
back
true.
to the server. Reboot. No, yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
like so much can.
It's gonna happen fast, and it's gonna be really interesting to see because we're gonna get to see it. But like, this could get political pretty quick here.
Yeah, it's like how you were saying with the murals where you can like put it up in a day like super fast, but then that takes everything away from life because then it's like if everything is just put up in front of you right here and there, it's like what are you even spending your time doing? It's like
what is real?
People people want to work, like they want to do the thing that like they like, but they want to work, like they don't want to just sit around and like not do anything.
That's so boring.
That's what
my dad says.
oh my goodness.
He does? What's he say?
It was this. He took me on this long journey of a conversation last time we were getting pizza or something. It was all about
pizza talk.
Pretty much like if everybody just had money and could do anything, like wouldn't that be boring? Because nobody would do anything. And I'm like, you really think that? Like, just if you just had all your needs like taken care of. Would you just like watch movies and play video games and shit all day? Like,
no. Well,
some of the day,
but
like
so fucking bored.
Exactly. So we would get a lot of shit done, and a lot of like.
I think his point was that some
people
is
would.
that work
for everybody
in general, like especially if you're doing something that's like giving you purpose. Like work gives people purpose. So of course, if you're doing work that's meaningful to you, that's what work should be.
That was my argument. It's just like you shouldn't just work because like work is good for you and then do some bullshit work. But if we all had our time, we could do some work that was fucking awesome.
But then it's like if we all have our time and everything's done for us. I mean, like it's still like you can do whatever you want. Like it doesn't even matter if like everything's covered in murals. You can still make murals just to make murals, But then like it's like weird because there's also this aspect where it's like you want people to like connect with the stuff you do. Like you don't want to just do it for yourself. Like you want it to like share it with people, like whether it's art or like whatever you're doing. Like you don't want to just be like in your little room, like just doing your thing. It's like it's weird.
I gotta do that. That's pretty much what I do. It's just
I'm just in my garage doing my thing. But then like you want to like share it with people or like have people like connect with it or give some pieces away or I don't know. Like I mean, I feel like most of the fun is like making it and doing it, but there's also a lot of like coolness with like sharing it to people. Crazy, dude. That's crazy. I didn't know about them girls. An AI printed. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's wild because I started this
plausible.
mural thing at my company, and then my boss asked me if I ever heard of this, and then like the day after, the CEO of the company asked me if I heard of this, and I'm like, "What are you guys like? Are you planning to buy this? Like, are you gonna fire me already?" He's like, "What the fuck?
Thanks for the idea.
Like, please do not buy this. Like, I'm here to like do something. Like, oh man, if you buy that machine, I will break that machine."
Yeah. Like I don't even know what to tell people when they ask me like if they should like do AI stuff or use it. I'm like, try it out if you want. Like I don't know,
like, for country, but like I wouldn't advise it. I'd advise you like support me.
It's like because it's like that's all I want to say. But I'm not gonna be like I don't know. Like Brendan asked me that. He's like, should I just start making like all these covers for AI because he had a bunch of covers he wanted to make. I was like, if you want, man, that's your thing.
It would be cool if you could do like, here, take all of my images and make some AI shit out. Like take all of Tendril's album art stuff that he's done already and the stuff you've done for him and like pop out some new boys.
Yeah. AI to be successful, you need like hundreds of thousands, probably millions. That's
also true.
Like train.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. It would be fun. Like I feel like we should experiment with it. Like try to make some pieces or like maybe like come up with prompts and like see how the AI comes up with it versus like how we come up with it. Stuff like that. Cool. Or see how it like what it does with all our pieces. It's definitely interesting. Or like I feel like
go to a gallery and try to like match it to the piece you're looking at. Like those, I'm just thinking of those like Renaissance paintings we were looking at, where like they're like getting stabbed, but they're holding like a hentai magazine or something. Like who can get closer to this image first? Challenge.
True.
All of the Renaissance baby cherubs worshiping Britney Spears.
Yeah, those are brilliant pieces.
Okay, wait. We were talking about like Michelangelo and like crazy like murals and cathedrals like back in the day. Mm-hmm. How do you think they would think about all this current state of affairs? The AI art.
There's not a chance they could comprehend.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no.
Well, okay, yeah.
But just them going around and looking at the murals around town, they'd be fucking blown away.
Yeah.
Like it would probably be like they're like in a different world. Like I mean, it would be. It is, but like dude, I can imagine.
Well, I'm thinking about like people like how we're talking about like who spent their life making like painting a cathedral, and then they see these like computer art like murals being created and stuff.
I feel like
I was
confused.
I
was just confused.
Oh my
in
gosh.
Latin.
Confused in Latin.
Exactly.
That's great.
We were talking a lot about like aliens last night, and we started talking about the pyramids, and like this one guy was like saying how like
I saw that on your story.
Oh yeah, that's funny. You posted that. But
and Orion's belt and everything like that.
Yeah. So so this one guy was like saying how there's these Russian YouTubers who will like test out like different things they can do, and they like so like basically with the pyramids, how there's like these giant bricks that it's like incomprehensible how like people move these when there wasn't a wheel, and like how they're perfectly cut. But then there's these Russian guys who are like testing this out, and like they spend like 20 years and like will make one brick out of hand. So it's like something that's humanly possible, and it's like, where's I even fucking going with this? Just like the idea of like how like back in the day, how like things were so like just like spend so much time to do like one thing and like do it good and right, and it was like so much like you get so much out of that process and like doing that, and it's like not even about the like end thing, it's just like the whole process you go through, and that's just like all like being like washed away, you know, like it's because it's like everything about like making art, like the time you spend like coming up with the idea, and like the like that moment where it's like you like get that idea and you're like, oh, that's what I'm gonna make, like that's the best, and it's like it's like so much of that is gonna it'd be so weird to grow up in this like time now where it's like that's like being taken away. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's like when you get that idea, you have to like follow through with that idea, and sometimes it's gonna work out, and sometimes it's not. Like you can't just like have that idea and then immediately be like, oh, and there it is.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You have to go through the process of like this is an awesome idea, and then you're like doing it, you're like, fuck, I hate this. Like this is so ugly, and then you like keep working through it. And you're like, okay,
yeah. It's like I feel like that is all of that trial and error is like what art is. Like at the end of the day.
And yeah, I don't think you're really ever going to get rid of that. Yeah, I mean, people will grow up seeing this, but you know, it'll just like make like real art. Yeah, real art. It'll make
But then so then it's like, is it art? Is the AI art?
I think.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
In my definition of art, yeah, sure. But like whatever.
I think for me, like art is literally anything that you want to call art.
That is exactly my definition.
You can literally live your life.
If you can make it,
you can live your life being like thinking that like everything is art.
Yeah.
You know? Or you can just be like paintings like these are art.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like whatever. But then I wonder what the definition in in the dictionary. I wonder what that would say.
Sort of human expression.
Because you can look at art or look at dirt and be like, that's art.
Because when you're on
that's
mushrooms,
the
you're
art
like,
of nature. Yeah. If you can make an argument for it being art, and it's it's good, then I call it art. It doesn't even have to be good. Just
I feel like it is.
If you can make an argument,
something.
Go for it.
Some entity creates something. And like at the most basic level of like what art is.
There you go. Yeah,
because like even dirt,
definition.
you're saying like this is art because something created this and it is this way, and there's something artistic, there's something aesthetically, even if it's not aesthetically pleasing, there's something that's like it has something inside of you.
Yeah, and it's like going back to that artist at Denver Art Society, like they have the whole like paragraph saying it's like they're like collaborating with the AI, which is like
they create a whole personality.
Yeah,
they created a whole identity.
It's called AI. Midge or something, like, and there's like a little like robot like picture. It's kind of funny, but it's like a whole person they're collaborating with. Okay, wait. I have the definition of art for you guys.
Okay. From what?
From
Google
dictionary.
Word. I bet there's a whole bunch.
There's a bunch, but I'll read you this one. Art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be appreciated primarily for their beauty or emotional power.
So that doesn't include nature, because nature, there is so much art.
Okay, what about intention? Like how does intention play into?
I feel like that's a big part of it. Yeah, because if you don't have the intention, like to you it's not art, but to someone else it could be.
Right.
And like like art, like I don't know. Yeah, like to me, things created in nature are art, but like to what degree does like nature have intention?
That's interesting because it's like you can view it as art, but like nature didn't create it with the intention of it being like this beautiful thing. Like there's other reasons nature created it.
Yeah, I feel like that is kind of like that like relativist. Like anyone, like some people might go around viewing everything as art, even if those things were not created with the intention of being art.
That's interesting. This is human creation.
Yeah. Do we have to be a part of it?
Of what?
Of art.
What do you mean?
Because it said human creation. Like, do we have to be a part of it? Like humans.
Oh, for it to be art.
Yeah.
I mean, we're the
according to the definition, yes.
But I'm asking you.
I like that definition to a degree. I have a couple of things that I could change.
I mean, if you want to get like all really philosophical, like the word art and like our meaning of art is human created anyways, and like we're the only ones who are going to walk around saying like this is art, this isn't art, like nothing else is going to do that. So
that's
like,
true.
It is kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
at least from the perspective.
Maybe yes.
Okay, wait. We were doing this whole podcast talking about animals and their egos.
I was just thinking about animals.
But that brought me up. Do you guys think that like there's any other creatures that view things just like aesthetically or beautiful? Like
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There.
Birds.
I mean, there's definitely there's
definitely
some
birds.
Yeah,
research on
birds,
as
true.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah, because they love
whales.
their like patterns or bright colors.
Yeah,
or,
probably not all, but there's definitely some.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But yeah, from a purely a purely aesthetic instead of serving some other like biological.
Right.
purpose.
Because they always have something. They're always just trying to mate or whatever. They're trying
Those animals.
Yeah, it is
just trying
always
to fuck.
I mean, but like, what if like subconsciously that's what we're doing by creating art? We're just trying to
Oh,
find someone who really
shit.
likes that art, and then just like bring them in and mate.
Oh shit! So this is like like it's like how different are we from animals?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like
Just a little more complex.
Thumbs and language.
thumbs and language. Oh wait, well
Yeah,
the
that's
guy
what. Yeah.
last night he was saying like this
The only
one guy was like the only difference he sees is like imagination, and that's like
Mm.
what causes us to form like language and
and
Yeah.
expression of
expression.
all
And,
this.
that was
That's a
to
good
create.
take. That's a
Yeah, we
good
have like
argument
this
for
this innate like creation within us. We're just here to create.
mm,
We're animals. I feel like they're just here to like eat, poop, sleep. Like they don't feel like they need to create. I don't think. Well, actually, maybe that's wrong because they feel like they need to reproduce.
yeah.
So that's creating.
But like, are they just like creating like just to stay alive, just to exist?
It's their nature. Yeah,
Animals are weird,
that's like
bro.
what they
I
have.
don't
Like,
know, because like
I guess primates are like a weird in between kind of because like some primates do like art,
Really?
but it's and like elephants too.
well, they've probably been taught to hold
Yeah,
a
like is
paintbrush
that
with
just
their
like the
trunk.
motion?
Right.
Like is there like
Like,
But
so is it like art is just like this, like it's just expression, like because it's not about the emotion of doing it, right? It's just like
yeah.
the expression of emotion or just ideas, I guess. It could be whatever, really, just but
Creation.
yeah.
It just depends who you're talking to, honestly. Yeah.
I feel like there are like I feel like I have heard of like certain species of like birds or I don't know. I took like a music or a art in the brain and animals class, or there was an animal section, and I just remember like I have a terrible memory, but I remember learning about some certain species that did just there wasn't any like it was a certain scientific anomalies where they're like we've like tried to study this thing and we don't know why these birds keep building these like nests or whatever. Like I'd have to look into it more specifically, but like
Yeah.
I feel like expression like is a good way for me to wrap it up, like of what it like. It's just like this output of expression that's like
that's good.
that's a lot of what like because it's like I guess that's the disconnect with AI is it's like it's literally just like this code and like it's a mathematical problem where it's like it's not trying to express, but then it's like maybe the people who are putting in the code like they want to express this idea but they're not able to create it because it's like such a weird boundary because it's like with digital art like that's like such a like crazy tool we unlocked, like how we were talking about earlier, like how we have all these tools that are like really empower us to do all these crazy things, and AI is just this next tool to like enhance our ideas, like our expression.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. No, and yeah. But they're expressing themselves
Right.
with words, so that makes them authors, right?
Mm.
Do you call authors artists typically, or do you just refer to them as authors? Like, yes, they are artists.
Yeah.
But you typically just kind of keep them in a little separate category of like writers and authors.
Yeah.
And then you have your visual artists.
Yeah.
And like it's manifesting in visual art, but what you're putting into it is text.
Oh shit!
For the most part,
Let's
unless
just call
like
them authors.
Yeah, AI authors. I like it. AI writers.
No, the authors are gonna get mad.
They're like, just write 2 words and then they're done. They're writing fucking.
In this podcast, we talk about AI authors.
Dude, that's interesting. Yeah, because it's like that's the actual skill you're doing, but it's like not even a skill.
That's like the manifestation of the emotion that you bring into this piece that you're working on, right? Like,
that's interesting. That resonate. Yeah.
Until it gets like more like advanced. Like, what if you can take a tablet and start drawing, and it's like coming up with shit like as you draw.
I've seen that.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
like
ads for that. Yeah, I don't know how it works, but they literally just move the like little pen or whatever, and it just starts creating like whatever.
Wow.
It's weird, yeah.
It's like being able to draw like a little outline of a bear, and then it just comes up with a.
Yeah, and you like talk to it as you go, so it starts changing. You like talk to your pencil. They like technology. Man.
That's the. It's like the craziest thing is it's like literally at the first stage right now. Like it's at its worst
just starting,
point.
and it's like progressed so
and it's
fast in the
really
last 6
fucking
months.
good where it's at.
Yeah. Well, we watched the movie. Have you guys heard of the movie Megan? It's
I've
like
heard of it.
AI, or not AI. Is that? It's
yeah,
like an artificial.
AI, she's
she's an AI.
It's an artificial doll thing that they create, and she's like.
But the movie isn't AI.
No.
Well, who knows?
Not yet.
Dude, that was the next thing. That was the next thing I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know. She literally basically is the one that's best friends with like the little girl. They like become best friends, but she starts murdering people, and it's like weird. It's so weird because she has a code to her, but she somehow like hijacks the code.
No, her code was like to protect. Like she bonds with the girl, and then her code is to protect this girl. And then as she's learning, she's like just like all these like dangers that come in, and then like it just becomes like it just keeps evolving to where it's like she starts killing people to like protect her. And it's like little things like that where it's like fuck. I don't know if that's a little thing. Might be a big thing actually. Yeah, dude. But the movie.
I'm excited to see like videos and like.
Yeah, and it's like
full AI movies. That would be the most ridiculous, like confusing shit. I feel like.
Dude, we definitely have to go see the first one of those.
Yeah,
that comes
I feel
out.
like. Have you seen Waking Life? I told you to watch that like a while
ago
when we were talking to Rosie a lot.
Oh fuck! Wait, no,
you got to see that because it's all like rotoscoped. Like it's all filmed.
Yeah,
and, like, every frame kind of changes, and it all takes place like within a dream. So it's like really fucking weird and trippy. And I feel like that's kind of what like a movie would start to look like. It's whack.
And
then check that out.
AI books, like you'll be able to do everything. Like, have you guys seen Chat GPT? Like the whole AI text.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same. Like you can like that thing's crazy because it's like you can give it like give me like
a
prompt like put in a prompt, but like you can like and like how Neil deGrasse Tyson would like saying like stuff like you can do like so much weird shit like it's crazy.
Yeah, I just saw in my I'm still in my like psych department's Slack, and like I don't look at it often, but I was looking the other day, and like some of the professors were like, are we gonna be able to like do online exams anymore? Because like
AI essays.
Pretty much, and they're pretty good.
And like a history report at a 5th grade level.
Yeah. Not too smart. Give me a B+. I
don't want to get home back. Can't get an A.
Oh my god. That's what I'm saying. It's like, what's the even point of any of this if we're just gonna have computers do everything for us? I mean, we'll find like other things to do, I guess.
We already saw that with math. You know, like when in elementary school, you're not going to be walking around every day with a calculator in your pocket. Now, you can't get AI to write your essays for you.
Literally, oh my god.
Yeah, you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like the technology that we have, like these types of things.
Ridiculous.
They're like cool. I feel like we could use them for some purpose, but like not the purpose we're using them for. You know, like there's definitely certain jobs that we would prefer not to be doing.
Yeah.
Things that are like dangerous, you know, for human beings that like computers should probably be doing, or like things like that. But like for creative things or like that type of stuff, I'm like, no. Like we're probably gonna have AI growing our food and stuff. Like it's already a weird situation with that, but like imagine just like
just full farms just like kind of running themselves and tilling up the
Don't get me started.
Did this taste like noodles to you, Maddie?
What was that?
Did this taste like noodles to you?
Noodles? Wait, we have noodles, and then what did you say? Yours tastes like corn?
I finished it, but it tastes like
the top.
No,
Not just corn.
I could not.
Like AI screen printing.
I don't really know if you can do that. I don't know. You could probably get it to a point where you can have that process, like, you know, was automated, but like it won't work as well.
Yeah.
It just straight up won't work.
What are the?
But no, actually, the thing that's gonna take it out is like direct to garment stuff and heat pressing. I mean, not really, because like people like the feel of it, and like, you know, there's
like
just
it's a
a
different
shit ton
style.
of different screen printing, and like people, you know, you can make shirts and you can make art, fine prints and stickers. And, like,
skateboards.
it's never gonna go away, but that is one thing you straight up cannot just you can't automate.
Yeah.
Like they automate the shirts. Like they automate the building of all the shirts. So they're like
That's
not
crazy.
all the same.
Like you mean like
it's
sewn
not
them
perfect.
together? You're saying?
Yeah, like all your shirts are
I
like.
know they are, but like that, I just can't even understand how that's
Aren't
done.
they? I mean,
If
if they're not, I'm gonna be just blown away.
I'm sure most people do it that way. Yeah, I just like can't even comprehend in my mind how like that would happen. You know?
Yeah, my coworker was saying they tried to make like an automatic loader that puts these shirts on the printer and out. You just cannot do it. You cannot do it. You can't center them, get them perfect every time. Wipe all the shit off of them. Like it just doesn't work. So I'm in a good field, I guess.
AI massages.
I mean, we have massage chairs and
Yeah,
massage, like we
But-
have massage AI.
Okay, but like that's the
I
same. Like you think it's
guess.
gonna,
No, I mean it's different.
Across
There's
the board,
nothing-
handmade is
You
better.
can't compare.
okay, like when I say AI, like imagine like someone like comes in
a
like
robot.
and no, like your client comes in, they're like, oh, like my back, like this little spot right here, and then the like the AI's like learning, like, all right, I know what to do.
But you mean like a robot form?
You just
of
get in the
human
machine
being?
and then it analyzes
Well,
your body.
okay,
and
however
tells
it
you-
looks like, I don't know what it's
No,
gonna
yeah,
look
you
like.
mean like a me,
Yeah.
but a robot me.
It's very like
I feel pretty good.
individualistic. You feel good.
I don't feel threatened.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Plus, I do Reiki too. I don't know
Oh
if
yeah.
AI could do
Dude.
Reiki.
Okay, wait.
Big
Tell me
ass
for real.
convincing.
Could AI do Reiki?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Actually, I mean, it could try, but I don't think so because it's like I'm a human being
It could pretend.
sharing
Yeah.
space with another
Yeah.
human being.
Mm,
And that's the only thing
That's
that's,
the
like
whole
that's
point
the
of it.
whole point of it. Is
Yeah.
we're just sharing space. So
Right.
if like a computer can generate the exact same like magnetic frequency as a human being,
there's
maybe.
no energy
But
in
for
there.
now,
it's just
I don't
electrical
think so.
energy.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
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 You guys are chilling, and that's good.
But like if AI did take over all like these main jobs, like the grocery store and like all these things, like what are we gonna be doing then with our time?
Yeah.
You know?
It's either gonna like some people are just like not gonna do anything, you know, like.
But then what about money?
Yeah, if we don't have
I know,
universal basic
yeah.
income, then we're all just going to be like
Yeah,
living on
what
the streets.
about, like,
Everybody,
money, though?
like everybody's just.
Because
gonna
that's
be
the only reason people work now. They don't work because they want to. They work because they have to.
Right.
Not everyone, but most
No, you're right.
people.
Yeah.
It would probably just destroy humanity.
pretty much. Or that's how you end. You just kind of like pan away and then like.
Yeah.